Hello folks, welcome to another video in the Microsoft Sim, and welcome back to the TBM 930. One of my absolute favourites in this sim has been updated. The mod has been updated for Sim Update 10. We thought I thought we'd check that out today. I'm noticing straight away that this door, that didn't used to open, did it? Not from memory. Anyway, we've got the old fella and Jude. Jude's back from rehab. We might have a chat to Jude in a little bit. Sounds Air livery. Sounds Air, a airline. They don't have any TBM 930s, I don't believe. But hey, this is a sim. Everything's made up. We've applied it to the TBM here. Sounds Air is an airline over there in NZ. I believe they fly the Pilatus PC-12 amongst others. Yeah. So we are in New Zealand once again. So often it draws me back like the sirens call. We're in a place called Napier, folks. That's where we begin our journey. This is Napier Airport. Fantastic bit of freeware available from the good folk at NZA Simulations. They've got quite an impressive catalogue covering this part of the world, as well as some stuff down under in Australia as well. This is freeware, and we're going to fly to one of their payware offerings, which is a little place called Nelson. This is a run I do fairly frequently in this aeroplane, actually. One of my favourites for a number of reasons. One, it's New Zealand. It's just, you're guaranteed quality flying. Two, the airport quality at both ends is really high. It's absolutely fantastic. The aircraft I love as well, and it makes a bit of virtual coin in FS economy. So for all of those reasons, and probably some others, this is one of my favourite runs. So I thought I'd do a video for you today showing that, after the last video that I posted to the channel featuring the Tiger Moth. Boy, oh boy, was that an adventure. I felt like I'm just going to do something that I like, a bit of a routine sort of flight, and just quietly, I'm missing this gorgeous, beautiful woman here as well, so I thought I'd give myself an opportunity to reacquaint myself with the magic, with the majesty that is Jude. Anyway, folks, let me show you the flight plan. So as mentioned, we begin in Napier, which is here on the shore of Hawke Bay, here on the North Island. Beautiful Napier. And it's a fairly straight run. It's about 200 miles, isn't it? 202, according to the little nav map. Yeah, fairly straight run. Until we sort of hit the coast over here on the South Island. So out of Napier, we'll cruise at 24, flight level 240, overhead the Oakea VOR. I hope I got that pronunciation correct. Across Cook Strait, and then, yeah, we'll begin our descent basically when we cross the coast here on the South Island towards the sort of north of Nelson, and then we'll kind of track the coast. We generally fly out here over the Tasman Bay. I often get, well, because of the prevailing conditions, I often land on runway 02 here at Nelson, often with a crosswind from this direction, coming off the bay. But today we've got a pretty strong southerly, from what I can tell. If I can just fire the little pop-up up. Yeah, so we've got well, we've got winds coming out of 200 at 26 knots. 26 knots. That's a decent breeze. I'm guessing if I can remember where to do this. Yeah, this one here. The little windy things. Wow. The wind indicators. We're going to have a pretty stiff breeze by the looks of it, actually. A little map can tell me the wind. Holy shit. Have a look at that. 190 at 80. We've got headwinds of like 73 knots at one point. This is going to be a slow journey. 1 hour and 4 minutes to do 200 miles in the TBM 930. So we're going to be fighting a stiff headwind. Okay. Anyway, that is the flight plan, folks. We're going from Napier to Nelson. NZA Simulations are supplying the scenery. Let's do it. Alright, welcome aboard, folks. I'll just activate Jude. There she is. Hello. Jude, you've been absent for a little bit, hey? Now, you kind of asked me not to reveal where you've been, but I think I've already given the game away, haven't I? Cat's out of the bag. 5-letter word, beginning with R and ending with EHAB. Yeah. Anyway, Jude is a little sensitive, folks, so let's not mention that again. But anyway, Jude, how are you? My baby?
I am not your baby.
Oh, hey, Jude. Don't make it bad.
If you start singing, I will slap you.
Oh, that's a bit firm. Jude? Hey, look, we got to 300 videos, Jude. I mean, you were absent for it. But, we've made the triple century. That's pretty impressive, hey?
Yep, one for every year you have been alive.
Oh, seriously? I reach a major milestone, and you're going to give me shit?
Well, you give me the shits every day.
Well, I can't argue with that. Geez, Jude, that stint on the farm hasn't exactly tempered your temper, has it? You're in good form here. Should we go flying, Jude? We might come back to you later.
Please don't.
Maybe not. Anyway, welcome back. Folks, I'll get us started. Runway 16, I think, will be the go, considering we've got a howling southerly breeze. I'll get us out onto the runway. We'll do some flying. Won't be a long video, folks. Don't expect there to be too much in the way of adventure here. This is really about me, hopefully, just having a nice routine sort of flight after the recent experience with the tiger moth. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. All right, on our way down to runway 16, folks, we'll go via runway 25 and then backtrack a little bit. In fact, we won't need to backtrack on 16 today. We have a stiffy in more ways than one. That's what happens when you get Jude on board. But what I was really referring to was the strength of the breeze. It's strong. There's a windsock over there. She's horizontal. Well, a bit like Jude's preference. Oh, this is trouble. Jude, this is what happens when you take a break. I save up all of these really inappropriate comments for when you come back, and I load up one video with all of this crap. I just have to apologise. Runway 25 here, then we'll take a righty. No, we won't. I've already said that. Mate, pay attention to your own bloody words, will you? I don't need to backtrack. We'll take takeoff flap. We're going to be airborne toot to sweet here. We're not going to need the full length. Yes, I better say it. Neither does Jude. Although she prefers it. Oh boy. I'm boring myself already, folks. I might leave the inappropriate puns and stuff right there. That's a pretty long runway, actually. From here, an intersection departure. So what we'll do, if I can get my rudder pedals sorted, we'll get a heading bug aligned. We probably should worry about our pedos, which is down here. Probably should worry about our lights. So landing lights on, strobie can come on. I think all the rest is good. Jude, should we go flying?
Like I have a choice.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really. These are my videos. You're just a guest, Jude. Let's do it, folks. Power. We'll call that power set. We've already got airspeed alive. Let's come back on. We've set our power too high. We've busted through 100. We're going to be airborne, like here. Oi, we've got some breeze. Hello. 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 We've got about 20 or 24 knots of breeze there. We'll take gear up. Oh boy, this has started off adventurous. A little bit sporty there on the old rotation. We'll get flaps up as well. We're seeing that speed tape sort of jiggle around a bit, aren't we? Hey, a little bit sheery, as they say. Anyway, folks, we've got a pretty long climb here today up to flight level 240. I'll continue the journey. Look at that speed tape moving around. She's all over the shop. I'll get Georgie engaged before too long. I'll get us up to flight level 240. We might have another bit of a chat in the cruise. We'll see you then. Alright, settled in the cruise. at flight level 180. I've chosen a lower flight level. I don't think it's worth the climb, only to be met with a stiffy. Well, an even bigger stiffy than I'm already experiencing. How big is the stiffy, I hear you ask? Well, if you're asking about wind strength, which of course you are because you're a professional group of viewers, it's 45 knots at this point. Now, little Navmat was forecasting 70 or 80 at 240. So, yeah, it's not worth the climb. So we are getting along we're TASing about 275, getting along the ground about, 234, something like that. So that's okay. We're forecasting an arrival, let me just zoom down here, forecasting an arrival just under an hour's time in Nelson. We're carrying enough fuel for sort of, let's say fixed reserve of almost half an hour. She'll be right, mate. So where are we? We're kind of overhead. Locals will know this place. I think it's Ruahine National Park or the Ruahine Forest or something like that. So airport's around here, Fielding's down here.
That is Flat Hills, dumbass.
Is it Waiouru, which is this one over here? NZRU, is that Waiouru? Something like that. Tamarananui? No, that's not Tamarananui. That's over here. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. Turangi is TN, NZTN. Over on the left-hand side is YP. I think that's Waipukurau. Would I be correct? I'm trying my best. PM's Palmerston North. And then over here, towards the sort of southwest is Wanganui. And then, we're going direct to the Owakea. VOR. So I've probably got every single one of those pronunciations wrong, but I try, folks. I do try. I hope that I get some credit for at least trying. So we're on our way, folks. Flight level 180. Fair bit of flying to do, considering the strength of the breeze. I'll rejoin you possibly closer to our top of descent. Alright, about 72.4 miles away from touchdown into Nelson, folks. The wind strength has decreased a little. The noise coming out of the birds has only increased, however. It's an inverse relationship that they seem to have. We're down to 36 knots. So we've been getting along the ground. Picked up about 10 knots of ground speed as we've got over the Cook Strait here. I can only imagine that the arrivals into Wellington this morning, runway 16, would be the prevailing runway, I would think. Guessing the arrivals there are quite sporty. They're often sporty in good old windy Wellington. Yeah, so 70 miles to run. We'll begin our descent basically when we cross the coast. Let me jump outside. So the South Island comes into view, leaving the North Island behind on that side. This is the Cook Strait, this bit of water. Oh, looks very nice, doesn't it? Hey? Jude! Just a beautifully seamless segue there, folks. Jude, I was curious, because we've had a bit of time on this flight. You've been absent, I've been reflecting even. And I was curious, Jude, I was wondering if we had a Facebook page, what would our relationship status be?
Reluctant.
Huh? Did you say reluctant?
It's a word. Look it up.
Ooh, damn you spicy sometimes, Jude. I mean, I like it, I think, and that says a lot about me. Folks, we'll see you for the approach into Nelson. Alright, concluding stages of the flight, folks. Beautiful morning here in Nelson. Wind strength has dropped off considerably. We've now got a very light southerly, which is nice, which should give us a fighting chance at a decent arrival, I guess. We might give Georgie a break at this point and do the rest ourselves. Basically, we've just got to keep going in this direction and we'll kind of hit a runway. That's confidence for you. I had one of my loyal viewers mentioned that I think he said something like he admired my confidence in a previous video. Oh, confidence slash complete foolishness. You know, one of those two, mate, might be correct. Anyway, 180 knots. We've slowed down, just under 3,000 now. Yeah, basically we just keep trucking in this direction. There's a nice long runway, or long enough runway for us in Nelson. There's the city of Nelson, the fine folk Nelsonites. I'm going to have a guess. What do locals call themselves in Nelson? Let me know. I know a number of viewers from over here in New Zealand. A number of viewers on the channel, and thank you for your support and for when you chime in. You teach an old fella a bit as well through your comments and corrections, often corrections. And through 2,000, we've got 7 miles to go. We're going to get a little bit low here on profile, but that's okay. 160 knots, a little bit slower than what I had anticipated. The breeze is, yeah, it's holding up to be a very light southerly slash southwesterly breeze. That makes a nice change from the 30 or 40 knot or whatever it was yesterday over further down on the South Island. We were at Gorge River flying the Tiger Moth. Yeah, what an adventure that was. It beautifully represented this harbour and stuff here. And this airport, yeah, one of my favourites. I don't have a lot of payware in this sim in terms of airport scenery, but this is a destination that I fly into and out of quite a bit, and thought it was worth the investment, particularly for the quality that NZA simulations have built in. Anyway, we're going to fly sort of a 4-mile final here, runway 20. We'll get down below flap extension speed and get the boots out as well. Do both of those things now. One of my favourites, this aeroplane, absolutely fantastic, and I'm glad that someone's picked up the mantle, picked up the what, is that the right word? I don't know. Picked up the responsibility for maintaining the mod after Mr. Muggs became unavailable due to issues beyond his control over there in Europe. Shout out to all of my European viewers as well. I hope that you're safe. That's kind of just incredible that we have to consider that we're in the middle of yet another European war in 2022, which threatens to blow out even further. Anyway, folks, Flight Simulation channel, and we've got some flying to do. What do you reckon, Jude? What's your confidence level? Have you started praying yet?
There aren't enough gods to save you.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Alright. We've got landing flaps set. We're good. We're 90 knots. We're looking pretty good. Light southerly breeze. Runway 20. The birds start to sing. Give me an extra challenge, as they want to do. We're slightly high, that's okay. There we go, runway 20. Nelson, New Zealand. Get it on nice and early, what do you reckon? Going to idle, nice low flare. There we go, we're on. Hey! Beautiful. A little bit of braking, no need for reverse thrust. We'll get off by the taxiway. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nelson, New Zealand. We'll take a lefty here. Really having trouble with these rudder pedals of late. It might be time for some new ones. Here it is, Nelson, New Zealand by NZA Simulations. We'll go and park, I don't know, Jude, where should we park?
Next to the bar.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Make mine a double. Folks, thanks for your company on another video. I hope that you're well and enjoying your simming. And Jude and I will see you again sometime in the future. Bye for now.